Hi guys, welcome to the channel. We're going to be making this concept into a sculpt using air-dried clay. First I'm just making the armature for it. I used some old foil from another time and then just using some wire to create the arms. Just trying to bend it into shape to just have them sitting the way I want to. Here I was just making the clay really nice and thin to just evenly cover the whole foil. I ended up adding in the arms a bit too early, so you'll see later I end up taking them out. They just kept on getting in the way, so I kept bumping them with my hands and then having to fix up the kind of like shoulder joint of the sculpt. Just adding in the head using some wire and foil just to bulk out most of the head, just so I don't use too much clay. At this stage I'm still just like blocking out the main forms. This was the first sculpt that I was trying to create something from my own concept. I think I ended up struggling with it a fair bit just because the references I was using for like similar creatures, which was like a toad or a frog, to my concept, ended up just being a bit too different, and I kept on forgetting to really look at the concept and use it as reference. So I found in the end it looks quite different to the concept that I was basing it off. At this stage I'm just separating the head from the body to really bring out the shapes. I would say this is still blocking it out. This part I found fun because it felt like I was just adding in the lower jaw, even though I smoothed it out heaps. Yeah, here I'm taking out the arms because I got sick of it. It was annoying me. Just really carving in the mouth now. I really wanted it to have quite an overbite given the concept. It just made sense. Starting to bring in the other, I guess, medium details. So this little horn, which again didn't really have the structure, so I ended up having to fix it a fair bit, and it didn't end up sticking out as much as I thought. Due to my editing skills, I've done this recording almost like a month after actually sculpting it, so having to watch it back is like funny because I definitely am not remembering the process very much and just kind of getting refreshers by watching the video. Here I'm using a different type of clay. I think it was more of a almost putty. That might be the wrong name for it, but just a really sticky wet clay that I can use as almost a glue to get the arms on. I found it was working well to really attach it, and then covering it with some more of this clay. And this is Lidl Premier air dry clay. apologies for the camera. I'm just recording it off my phone and really don't have much experience recording myself sculpting, so a lot of the shots ended up being out of focus or like I was literally working out of frame. And so there's definitely a lot of points where I just wasn't able to capture what I was doing properly, so I've cut a lot out of the footage I've recorded. Hope you guys don't mind. Any advice on filming yourself doing sculpting would be greatly appreciated. A lot of this sculpt, I was still trying to keep to the concept and had it out most of the time, but then there was a lot of times where I was sculpting where I was just kind of going with the flow and what felt right for the sculpt. So there was a lot of like minor things that I was just like, nah, with the body shape, this feels better rather than seeing the concept and really sticking to it. It's interesting looking back at it because I know when I was sculpting it, I was actually getting quite frustrated with how it was going and how it was looking. And I found, like, whilst I was making it, it really just not thinking it was going well. I think next time I'm gonna want to record the voiceover, or I guess talking about the sculpture whilst I'm making it. It feels so unnatural to rewatch my own footage and start talking about what I have done, especially given like the time gap between recording this and actually doing the sculpt. I think it's almost been like a month, just things just kept on happening, and I've had a fair few issues with this voiceover. Um, First time doing a voiceover, and I've had so many little issues with actually like recording. Hopefully this turns out okay, but I've been getting so much crackling in my audio. Have no idea why. Hopefully someone knows better. I've been using Davinci Resolve to do my video editing. If you guys have any advice, that'd be awesome. Just carving out the eye sockets at this point. This is something that like I've gone quite far away from the original sculpt, and this I feel like at this stage is when I was like it's starting to look like a chameleon, which is okay, but obviously if I was trying to keep to this the concept. Um, I should have made the eyes a lot smaller and really set into the head. I don't mind what I've done now, but I was really reaching the point where it's just like I just want this sculpture done, and the forms just were getting just a little frustrating, and I feel like I started rushing this towards the end. I made a even worse decision later on, which you'll see fairly soon. Here it is, putting in the eyes like that. I really am not a fan of how it looks now. It looks so goofy to me, and I know the concept felt, in my opinion, it was like a little badass. So I was like, oh, sick. But then as soon as I did that to the eyes, I'm like, oh, it just looks so like goofy cute, which really wasn't what I was going for this. But it's here now, and it's staying. At this stage, I was really just trying to get him done. So I was just trying to like not refine it, but just get enough in that I was like, I can fix it up with painting. So this is pretty much where I just end it and finish him off. And here he is. Don't know his name. If you have any names, put it in the comments below and let me know what you think. Like, definitely don't love him, but I'm glad I did him. It was a fun challenge to get through a difficult sculpt. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.